Hi, it's Daphne. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you all the books I plan to read in March, aka my March TBR. So you may or may not be aware that I am participating in the Orilium Readathon, which is hosted by Book Roast, aka G. It's like an adventure readathon. It's very extensive. I think it's gonna take like many months to participate in this. It's a really fun time. You get to like build your own character and be in a guild or whatever. I'm a part of the Mind Walkers. I can link my previous videos talking about this readathon. It's really fun if you want to participate. But there are a couple items I need to read this month to stay on track with this readathon. So one of the last things I have to finish up for my character for this readathon is being an Earthling and an elf. So I picked 2 books to accomplish those. For elf, you had to read something that had to do with stars, so I picked Written in the Stars. I took this out from my library. This is a sapphic romance. I believe this is the fake dating trope. It seems really cute. I haven't read a lot of sapphic romances before, so I'm excited to give this one a try. I've heard pretty good things about it, and I'm excited to read it. So for Earthling, I forget exactly what it was because it was a while ago, like months ago, that this was brought up. I believe it had to do with picking a book that had to do with elements and things like that, so I picked the 5th season. This has been on my TBR before, but I didn't get a chance to read it. This is by N.K. Jemisin. Each book in this trilogy got a Hugo Award, I believe, and I'm just really excited to get to this. I'm a little intimidated. That's why I didn't prioritize it when I put it on my TBR last month, because it's like so well loved and like so smart. And like, I don't know, it just is intimidating to me, but I really do want to read this, so we'll see. I'm crossing my fingers. Well, actually, I have to. I'm saying I have to read it for March, so this is definitely getting read in March. So this book is like an apocalyptic type vibe, the end of the world. There's a lot of environmental catastrophe, I think, going on. I think it's also quite character focused, and maybe there's some adventure going on. I'm excited to see what it's about. I have heard there are some parts written in second person, which I'm excited to experience because that's a rarity to read, at least in my experience. So hopefully I love this. This is like a 5-star prediction. Then for the readathon, G let us know that we get to pick like magical tools. And for my guild, the Mind Walkers, we specifically have daggers. And for that, you were supposed to read the standalone. So I picked the Sword of Kaigen. I've had this book for a while. I'm so excited. This is like another 5-star prediction. It intimidates me because my expectations are so high, but everybody raves about this book. This is like an Asian inspired novel. I believe like the location of this, the people that live there are very isolated. They don't really know the truth about the outside world. The main character, I believe, is a young boy, and his mother has like a secret life that he didn't know about. She's supposedly like this great warrior or something, and it's just supposed to be this epic story. I don't really know a lot about it, but I'm just so excited. And apparently there's war coming, and I'm sure it's gonna be dramatic and awesome and epic, and I hope I love it as much as everybody else. And then you only need 1 like magical weapon, but I was being a little greedy, so I wanted to get a sword as well. I figure I could have my blade transform into a sword. I'm sorry if this is like totally random for other people and you just want to see what books I'm gonna read, but I'm just telling you for the ones that know. For this, you had to read a book with a blade on the cover, so I decided to pick From Blood and Ash. This will be a reread for me. This book is about Poppy and her guard who have like this romantic connection. There's a lot of mystery around Poppy. She's like the chosen one for something, but she doesn't even know what she's chosen to do. All she knows is that there's like this upcoming ritual that she's crucial for, but she doesn't know what happens at this ritual. She doesn't know what's special about her. And because of her role, she's not allowed to be talked to. She's not allowed to like do a lot of things. She's kind of kept under lock and key at this castle. There's a lot of paranormal stuff going on, but I don't want to say what because it's revealed to you throughout the series. And she's kind of got a secret life too. Like, she's quite the badass. Like, she's got a lot of fighting skills because her previous guard taught her how to defend herself and to fight and all this stuff. So she's pretty cool. She's not just like this meek woman that everybody assumes her to be. and the romance is such a fun time, so I want to reread this book. And then the last book I have to read for this Orilium challenge has to do with being in the Mindwalkers and which specialty group you want to be in. So the one I picked was the Shadow Realm. So for this you had to read a book with a dark cover. So I decided to read The Crown of Gilded Bones, which is the third book in the Blood and Ash series. I have not read this one yet, and since it's the third one, that means I'm gonna read the second one as well this month. I'm just gonna binge these back to back to back. Hopefully it doesn't take me too long, because this is getting to be quite the TBR. And I'm quite the mood reader, but I'm really in the mood to read these anyway. That's why I fit these books into the prompts. So I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, this is the third book in the Blood and Ash series. A lot of things have happened I can't really tell you about, but there are still a lot of questions I have after reading the first two. I did read the second one, so this will be a reread of the second one as well. And I'm excited to see like what's going on with Poppy, what's going on with her abilities and the mystery, and there's just still a lot of questions I have. And hopefully some of them I get answered. I have been hesitating to read this book because I have seen mixed reviews on it. Some people think it's a bit like repetitive in the dialogue and being in Poppy's head, but that the end of the book is really, really good. So I still have good expectations for it, but I'm a little nervous as well. It's not the best writing I've ever read, but it's a fun time. So I'm still excited. And I'm currently reading Nightchaser by Amanda Bouchette, so I'm gonna continue reading that in March. This is like a space fantasy. I watched an interview of Amanda talk about this book, and I read a previous series by her that was like a traditional fantasy romance. So I'm excited to give this space fantasy romance a try. I'm enjoying it so far. It's kind of weird trying to get my head wrapped around some of the space aspects and like visualizing some of these worlds, but I'm still hopeful for it, and if I enjoy it and I have time, I might go into the second book in this series. I don't remember what it's called, but I can pop it up for you. So those are all the books I plan to read in March. Let me know what books you plan to read in March and which ones out of the ones I've chosen you think are awesome and you think I'll really, really like. That's all I have for now. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in another video. Bye!